Hello there from Alton Towers Scarefest. First time visit at Scarefest in 3 years. Mark, come on, give me some enthusiasm.
I'm excited.
You are?
Yeah, like everyone yesterday on Twitter, or X, or whatever you want to call it these days.
Still Twitter. Don't care what they say.
Was saying one of the best Scarefests ever. Daz Games, incredible. Burial Grounds, incredible. Mine Tours, new scenes, incredible. So I'm excited to get in and experience to see what, to see how good they've made it, because, I wasn't really excited before, and I was like, it's similar everything really. What's going to be new? But apparently, from everyone was yesterday was saying it was one of the best Scarefests ever. So it'll be good to see.
So just so you know what day we're filming this, it's Sunday the 8th of October at the time of filming. Obviously at the time of upload it's a little bit later than that. For me, I have very low expectations, purely because we always see hype for Alton Towers. Whenever Alton Towers do anything, the internet is loaded with hype, and it doesn't always live up to that. So I have got very, very cautious optimism about today. I'm expecting it to be busy. We've got all the mazes booked though. So in this vlog, we will be starting off with the Scarefest stuff. We've got the mazes booked for early afternoon. We're going to try and get some interaction with the Alton ancestors. We've arrived about 12:30, so we will be covering the rides as well, but more so later on in the day. If you are enjoying this video as you're watching through it, please give us a like, and yeah, I'll try and get enthusiastic, but luckily one of us is very enthusiastic.
I'm excited for it. Bring it on.
Bring it on. Right, let's see how this goes then. What should we expect from Scarefest?
Expect scary things and maybe some dancing and singing.
Some dancing? Is there a show on today?
There's a few shows on today.
Awesome.
You might see the ancestors dancing around.
I'll look out for that. Thank you very much. At the start of the video, you may have picked up that I was not the most enthusiastic about Scarefest, whereas Mark was quite enthusiastic. Having now had a wander around Towers Street, interacting with the Alton ancestors and seen the show, I've actually got a lot more enthusiasm about today. The ancestors are interacting with everybody really, really well, and that's something that wasn't happening the last time we were here, which is probably because of COVID. It was 2020, but they were just really, really good. It reminded me of 2017. When you got here and they're just interacting straight away. What are you thinking so far?
I'd agree with that. Tower Street's done up nicely.
Yeah, it is.
There's loads of pumpkins in Tower Street. The ancestors are walking around mingling. Maybe it was a COVID thing that they didn't do that when we came in 2020, but you know what? It's good that they've done that and brought it back, and it gives you that nice feeling. When you come into Scarefest, it's like, yeah,
something's happening here.
Yeah, something's happening, and it's got that Halloween vibe about it. It's good. It's really good to see.
So it's now time for us to do the mazes, starting with the new Daz Games Panic. Although I do want to keep calling it Picnic for some reason. I think it's just because I'm hungry. So we'll go for a 2-hour sitting. It will cut us in a while. But for now, I really don't know what to expect from this. I'll be honest with you. I don't know who the guy is. I've never watched any of his videos, so let's go and check it out, I guess.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Really?
Yeah, because people online are saying that it is really good fun. It's something different, so I'm excited to see what they've done with it.
Yeah, I think, again, I'm going in with low expectations purely because, like I said at the start, a lot of times with Towers, the hype is always massive online and it doesn't always live up to it. So let's go, open mind, see how it is. Be honest with me, what did you think?
Let's put things in how it went. Like, it is unusually warm today.
Yeah.
It is unusually warm for October, and they probably wasn't expecting it to be this warm. But it felt, we went in, put my name in, recognised my symbols, and then we went into these shipping containers for what felt like an eternity.
Yes.
I was uncomfortably warm.
Yeah.
I know I'm wearing a hoodie, but
Yeah, but we got shorts on.
got shorts on it. And it could have just done with some fans in there.
Yeah.
Just turned on the like they could have put them in on the off chance it was going to be this hot.
Yeah.
Because it was horrible in there. It really, really was. It takes me back to the America days when we was waiting at Six Flags Great America and we was uncomfortable in Batman Kid. That's
In a
how hot
shipping
it
container.
was. Yeah.
It was absolutely vile in there. Like, it was just sticky warm, and you got about, I don't know, 50, 60 people rammed in there,
Yeah.
all shoulder to shoulder, sticky, horrible. And then what makes it worse, and I think this completely just switched me off from this maze, is the fact that you had a pre-show on the screen, and then a second pre-show which completely took you out of the immersion of the maze, and then a third pre-show which tried to take you back into the immersion of it. And by that point I was so warm, I was like, just get me out of here. And then when we got into the actual maze itself, I found one of my symbols straight away. I'll be honest, I looked and looked and looked for the other one, I couldn't find it, but I just didn't like it. Honestly, I really don't get it. There's so many people in there, I hardly saw an actor in there. All I kept seeing was other people just walking into each other.
The thing is, like, because they're rushing to get round, they're
Yeah.
knocking you out of the way, and it's like come on. And then my experience in that is I knew what my symbols were, the T and the pause.
Yeah, well, mine was the cap and the Wi-Fi symbol.
So I went in, on the right hand side, the T, I found it, it went green.
Yeah.
I was like, happy days. I went round the whole maze around the outside and I found the pause.
Yeah.
I tapped it, it went green. I was like, you know what, I am comfortably warm, I am going to exit now.
Yeah.
So I went to exit and it went, nope.
Oh.
So I went back round, found the T again, went green, found the pause again, went green, went to exit, red, denied. And I was like, you know what, I'm sick of fired. Wow.
Scariest thing that's happened so far.
I was like, you know what, I give up because everyone's just barging past you, trying to find the symbols, they're knocking you out the way, and it's like, you know what, I'm done. I'm just going to stand in the middle and wait for it to end.
Yeah. So I'd give it probably a 1 out of 10, and that is me being generous. I really didn't like it. I'm so sorry. I know you might be thinking, well, you didn't go in with an open mind, but with the first pre-show, I was immersed into the story, and then that second pre-show that followed it straight away he came on screen, and it's like, oh, I'm watching a YouTube video. And yeah, I know he's a YouTuber, but honestly, I don't get it. I don't get the maze. It's just, please don't bring it back for 2024. It's just not very good. Okay, next up it's going to be Altonville Mine Tours, Tiny's Revenge. Of course, this maze has been here since 2016. However, judging from Twitter, there's a lot of changes, there's a lot of new things we should expect. So are you excited for this?
Yeah, I'm excited because even from like 2016, it's been one of the strongest mazes.
Yeah, it has.
So I'm excited to see what they've done to it. You know, obviously re-theme of it.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see what they've done and get in there and experience. It always feels claustrophobic in there.
Yeah, it does.
So hopefully they work with that. Some good actors, and we should come out feeling really scared.
I'll be honest with you, I was a little bit fed up when I'd seen it was back again. But with all the talk on Twitter yesterday, I'm encouraged by this. It should be good. Cause it is. Even though it's like, oh, they brought it back again, it is actually a really good maze. And having not done it now for 3 years, it should be good. So we'll let you know how we get on. How was the Altonville Mine Tours, and did you happen to see the most beautiful girl in the world? Because that song's in my head now.
No, I mean, alright, one thing that maze as well, it's well themed inside, it's very claustrophobic.
It is.
Very claustrophobic. And because it's been like 3 years since we've done it, I can't remember. I couldn't tell you now if anything's changed because I literally can't remember it. But overall, it's not a bad maze. It's not a bad maze, but
the thing is, if you did it every year for the last 8 years or whatever it is, you'd be really bored of it. But I think having not done it for a while, it's pretty good to do it again.
Yeah, it's always one of the best mazes here.
Yeah, it is.
It's always one of the best mazes here. But like going forward, I'm not sure whether the retheme to Tiny's Revenge is enough of a retheme to say,
let's keep it.
Let's keep it. For instance, I'd love it if, imagine that in there, but like on a subspecies kind of pulling you around and dragging you against the wall.
Well, that was what it was like when it was open. I remember the first year going through there with Mike, and we went through as a two and they split us up in there, and you know, they were throwing you around a little bit within reason. So
imagine it like a reefing to, even if they could do like the Alton cellar or something like that.
Yeah.
Where they're in there and it's grotesque and the creatures underneath the
filth.
You know, build a backstory into that. It could be one of the best mazes ever.
Yeah, but it's all right. I mean, it's the best one we've done so far, but that's not setting the bar very high. But yeah, let's see how it goes from here. Next maze is Darkest Depths, which Mark has just reminded me off camera is a family-themed nautical, I think, scare maze is the right way to put it.
Yeah, it's set at a family level.
Yeah.
But it's normally really well themed.
Would you not say Altonville Mine Tours is family level? Or is it just us?
I think it's more aimed at teenagers and up, to be fair, because it's not too full on. Yeah. But you wouldn't take a young child through it.
Well, no, that's fair enough.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it is a step up from that. It's not a full on scare experience for me.
No.
It's good for what it is.
Yeah.
But we'll see what I say. Darkest Depths is.
Are you alright?
Is you know, set at more of a family level. So
yeah.
We'll see what it's like.
Let's go. Okay then, we pretty much walked straight into Darkest Depths, no queue. This is the perk of booking them early, I think. Don't sort of wait until the evening, because they're all inside anyway.
And you get to go through in a small group as well.
Yeah, exactly, we went through in the 4, which it was a 6, there was 2 with us, but still, I don't think it took anything away from the experience, that. So, what did you think?
To be fair, like, I didn't get any actors.
No.
What it reminds me of this, it is well themed.
Theming's excellent.
If you go back to Halloween Horror Nights,
yep.
Dead Man's Pier, Winter's Wake, it's that kind of elaborate theming.
Yep.
Just no scares.
So just like Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, because like the theming in there is exemplary. Because the theme is so well done, I just walked around admiring the theme and didn't see any actors, probably because of it, because I was just thinking he's just looking round. And, you know, it just wasn't very scary, but it is very, very, very well themed.
Yeah, so I led in that one, and I got quite a lot of the jump scares, which were really good. But like Mark says, the focus is on the theming in there, not so much the scares. It is probably the best one, in my opinion, so far. But again, like I said earlier, the bar is not very high so far. So the way I've got them at the minute is Darkest Depths, Mine Tours, and then somewhere on the floor is Daz Games. So we'll see how the next ones go. It's the Attic Terror of the Towers next. Looking forward to this, Mark.
Yeah, it's got 5 pumpkins, so hopefully they've ramped up the scares this year.
5-star rating is that? Is that out of 5 or 10?
5.
Oh, so it must be terrifying, this one.
Must be good. So one thing that I remember from like when we did it in 2020 is like going up into the towers. It's always well done, as though you are going up there. So hopefully they've toned down the darkness and up the scares.
Let's go. So, we've done the Attic Terror of the Towers. That was the last walkthrough maze. We've not done the invitation yet. I'd like an invitation to go and ride the roller coasters because I'm done with Scarefest. It's just not very good. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry to say it. And over the course of the time that we're here, I will sort of think about what I would personally do with Scarefest and how I think it could be better from our point of view. But for now, Mark, what did you think of the Attic?
Attic?
Yeah.
To be honest, all the scares were up behind me.
Yeah.
Well, I said scares. All the actors were behind me.
Yeah, there was no scares, I can promise you that.
And I just walked through on my own.
Yeah.
That was it.
You attempted a brave it alone thing, and if you didn't get scared, then...
I was just walking around on my own.
Yeah.
And whether that's because they're waiting for, they're like always on his own, waiting for the other group or whatever.
No, they didn't. I can assure you.
I don't understand it, because like the theming in there is well done, but I didn't see anybody.
No.
Didn't see anybody, and it's poor, and that's been like across like the whole event.
Yeah.
You know, we've had like, I think probably about 10 actors across 4 mazes.
Yeah.
And for £35.20.
With past discount.
With past discount, it's not what I'm expecting to get. You know, and especially when you only get one shot on it. It's not like I could go. You've got 2 hours and you can go around these mazes as many times as you like. If you're only getting one shot, you're wanting a good experience for that one shot.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but Scarefest for me just misses the mark of what I want from an event.
Yeah, and that brings another point in it for me, is that everyone is scared by different things. Everyone finds a scare level different, but the attic is rated 5 pumpkins out of 5. It's just, I'm sorry, it's just not. And this is probably a great family scare event. But in terms of Alton Towers, what is known as the leading theme park in the UK, it's not very scary for Scarefest. But I think we're going to go and have a woodcutters now, and then we'll do more of a Scarefest sort of wrap up in a bit, and then turn the focus to the roller coasters, which is definitely going to be the highlight of the day, because let's be fair, they're definitely going to be better than what we've experienced so far in these scare mazes. But I'm actually looking forward to doing the Curse at Alton Manor, actually, because I've heard, again though, I don't know if it's just Twitter, just, you know, hype, but everyone's saying that there's new scenes, there's new roamers outside it, it's improved on what we know, so we'll give it a go, but it's going to be cautious optimism, because I saw a lot of hype for Scarefest on Twitter yesterday, and it really does not live up to it. High standard garlic bread here in Woodcutters. We've had some food in Woodcutters Bar and Grill. It was alright, the garlic bread was a bit dodgy, but the burger was fine. Drinks were fine as well. We're now going to do Curse at Alton Manor, which I believe has had a lot of additions to it since we last did it.
It's alright, you know.
Yeah.
There's always one new scene in it.
Yeah.
I believe there's more, but didn't quite see it. But it's a good ride, really. You know, it'd be nice to see it all lit up later when it goes a bit darker.
I'm looking forward to seeing the smoky queue line in the dark.
Yeah, I think that'll be working. Just add to the atmosphere around that area.
One other thing I'd say at this point is we are going to do Burial Ground shortly, but already without doing it, they need more scare zones because there's just no atmosphere.
Susan Wilburn!
You want to join us?
Yeah, absolutely.
Feed the flames!
Feed the flames, give yourself to the Wicker Man.
Hello. We have a third bald head in the video now, our roller coaster correspondent, because in a minute we're going to be doing Wicker Man. But first, what did you think of Burial Grounds?
It's good. I enjoyed it. I want to go through it at night, get the full experience of it, but you know what? Nice set pieces, fire, good interaction with the cast in there. It's been the best.
It's the best part of Scarefest so far, which is crazy considering it's free and you can do it as many times as you want. But for now, we are going to do basically what they told us in Burial Grounds. We're going to go feed the flames. We have fed the flames on the Wicker Man. What did you think, boys?
It's okay. I'm not really a big wooden coaster fan, but
Yeah, you are. You like the Grand National.
I like El Toro.
Grand National.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't feel as brutal as some of the other wooden coasters.
Because it's newer, mate.
I know, but I do like a brutal wooden coaster.
And it's family.
Yeah, it's not really
family.
high thrill, is it? So, but no, it's good. Good for what it is.
It is good, and they're chucking those trains out. As a former ride-up, I can appreciate that. Surely you can as well.
Yeah, it's pretty consistent.
Yeah, free trains, chucking them out. No flames, no man.
This
because that's what you want to create an ambience around here.
Yeah.
And it is going dark. It's one of the few times of the year when you can enjoy Dust Rides and Wicker Man, and it looks great when the fire was on earlier on, but like not today, unfortunately. I don't think they've been on all year, have they?
No, maybe it's broken.
Maybe it's just disappointing because there's nothing better than when it's dark and the flames are going off. You get a really nice picture on it, and they need to fix it.
And if you're wondering, that fire there, that's fake. That's not real fire. Well, I hope not, anyway. What are we doing now? We take Stephen through burial grounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Stephen does not like scare stuff.
I'm a coaster person.
He's a coaster person. So we're going to take you through it, and then he's going to go and do Daz games and give us a more positive review. He's got his positive pants on.
Give yourself to the Wicker Man! We are the Unchosen! Pick us!
That is the end of our day here at Alton Towers, and we're going to start this wrap up with some positives. I think the first one has got to be the Alton ancestors. Take it away, Mark.
Yeah, Alton Towers is great.
Yep.
Tower Street looks fantastic.
It does.
Looks all the pumpkins around, the lighting now at night. You know, they go all out, and it genuinely gives you that Halloween atmosphere. And when you're coming on and they're interacting with the ancestors, when you're coming on park, fantastic.
Absolutely agree. This whole area, I'll get some shots of it to put over while we're talking, looks incredible. It looked incredible when we got here, it looks incredible now. The music in the background is incredible. It's just, I really like what they've done with Tower Street. Alright, I understand you can't do this around the whole park, you're talking millions, but you could at least extend it a little bit further than Tower Street. Just have little pockets of the park that look like Tower Street. That would be a massive improvement for me.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like at night, the towers always looks fantastic.
Yeah, agreed.
Always looks fantastic, and dark forest with the neon green lights.
Yeah,
looks fantastic, but that's not just that doesn't make it a Halloween. It needs other things. It needs just a couple of roaming actors around those areas, and it would feel more Halloween.
Yes.
Than just because realistically, other than if you came at 5 o'clock, you'd get the best
experience.
You wouldn't get the ancestors, but you'd get the lighting and everything through the park, and you'd be like, you know what, I'll just come at 5 o'clock and fantastic.
I agree. I mean, like I said at the start of the video, we got here about 12:30 and walked down Tower Street, the music's on, all the pumpkins are here, the theming's here, the ancestors are out, and you're like, yes, Scarefest could be back. It could be really good. And then you extend out of the park, you get further and further into the park, and it's less and less of a Halloween event. Just because the scare mazes and a bit of funky lighting doesn't make it, a world-class Halloween event. It is probably quite a basic event, and it could be so much better, and I don't think they'd have to spend millions to make it better. Burial Grounds is the highlight, and that is the free sort of, it's not a maze, but it could be a maze.
It's like Market Meadow.
Yeah.
At Thorpe. It's that kind of ambience around it, and the actors work well, especially now at night. That is fantastic.
Yeah,
the lighting, the other thing really you're paying is a little bit of fire and the actors.
Yeah.
And the rest is just lighting, and it just works. If they could put that into other areas around the park, obviously we've not been down to Jewel, but if you put some lighting in there and some more actors in that area, same down at Forbidden Valley when Nemesis comes back, and even in Dark Forest, just put some more characters walking around. They don't have to be scary or anything. Just put more, and you'd be like, you know what, it's coming on. Because one of the things that I always find frustrating about this place, it's got potential to be one of the best Halloween events anywhere in the world. but it never quite delivers on that, and it just becomes frustrating that they've not.
I agree. Thank you, Stephen, for carrying on the filming, because my arms are in from all the vlogging we've done over the last week. But yeah, I agree with Mark. This could be the best Halloween event in the country. That includes everywhere, farms, theme parks, everywhere. For me, it's probably somewhere near the bottom for the ones I've done so far, because it's just not a Halloween event. It's after Tower Street, it's not a Halloween event anymore. It just stops being a Halloween event. The thing is, Blackpool Pleasure Beach has got Passage del Terror all year. That doesn't make it a Halloween event. And that's basically out like Alton Towers today. You've got scare mazes dotted around which are upcharge, but you wouldn't know it was, if you came in at the hotel entrance and you didn't come to Tower Street, you wouldn't know it was a Halloween event. You'd just be like, oh, what are these scare mazes? You wouldn't know it was a Halloween event. And that is the most annoying thing, because I remember, like, back to 2007 and 8, when you had people in Haunted Hollow, you had roamers all around the park, the mazes were part of it, but you had so much. Back then I didn't do scare mazes, but I still felt a connection to this event because there was roaming actors everywhere in the park. There isn't that now. It's just, although I did like to see the ancestors roaming about, but there needs to be more of that. And this, when you look at Merlin especially, Fright Nights absolutely kicks the arse of Scarefest. And I know that no Alton Towers fan will ever like to hear that, but Fright Nights is a million times better. Yes, there is a different audience. The Scarefest is a family event, but it doesn't have to be all family. Make it cater for everybody. Have an event at 5 o'clock, that's it, that's your family time over. From 6 o'clock or 5:30, whatever, until the end, you've got full-on proper scares like Scarefest of old. That is what this needs. In terms of next year, I know people will say, oh, you can't change all the mazes in 1 year. You can, and I think they should, because they need to do something, because the attic is poor. Altonville Mine Tours has amazing set pieces, but it's a poor maze, it's not scary. Darky Steps, amazing theming, it's not scary. So why not have a story-led maze between 1 and 4 o'clock, where it's full-on family, no jump scares, it's a story. And after 5 or 6 o'clock, that is when you go for it. That is your scares. That is what I'd love to see Scarefest. Sorry, Joe, I'll get to say anything.
No, I mean, what I would do is I wouldn't have any mazes in next year.
No.
I'd move those actors to put them around the park.
Yeah.
And at that point then, I'd then add, further a couple of years down the line, I'd add a maze in.
Yeah.
And then I'd go 2 mazes on top of that.
Basically reset the event.
Yes, that's how I would work it, because you get in the Halloween atmosphere with the scare zones, you can give people the lanyards that say, I don't want to be scared.
Yeah.
Like they do at Thorpe now, when you're going through certain zones, you can wear the lanyard, and then you can be like, right, we won't scare them, we'll go to other people, and just work it like that and then build it up. Because Thorpe did that when they went massive in 2018 and it didn't work. They reset the event.
They basically reset it and went back to the start. Yeah, I remember when Thorpe had like Vulcan Peak and it got a lot of stick.
Yep.
And Thorpe didn't, they didn't throw the toys out of the pram and go, well, fine, this is what you're going to get. They went, okay, we hear you, we're going to change it. And they basically stripped the whole event back and went back to the beginning. And now, a few years later, 5 years later, Fright Nights is one of the best events in the country. It's not the best in the country, but it ain't far off being one of the best.
It's the premier theme park event.
Yeah, it is. If you want to do rides and scares, you go to Fright Nights. In my opinion, you don't come to Scarefest. That's just my opinion. They're saying this as a paying guest, just paid what, £32.50 to do the mazes, paid to get here. Obviously, got in on a Merlin pass, but paid for food. £25 in woodcutters. Put a lot of money into the park today, so I think we're entitled to an opinion. I just don't think it's a very good event, if I'm being really honest. I just think that if they got an external body in who could maybe go, we've worked on a scare event before or a scare maze, and they could, strip back the nostalgia, strip back the, I don't know what the word is, just basically take it out of the hands of the people that are doing it all the time, not having to go at them, but take it out of their hands and give it an external body and say, right, you show us how to do it, give us a base to work on. And other parks have done that, or other events have done that. For example, Terror Island over in Isle of Wight, they got atmosphere in to set up that event. Fantasy Island did it in Skegness. They got in somebody that really knows how to put on a scare event, someone that's been doing it for 15, 20 years, get them in, get them to do the event, set a base up, and then the park works on it from there. That, in my opinion, is what it needs, and it just needs to be built up from the bottom back up to somewhere near the top. I'm not saying don't make it family friendly. Alton Towers is a family theme park, but there's got to be, when you're charging £32.50 for mazes for pass holders, there's got to be a, there's got to be a balance. You've got to have people who want to be scared should be able to get scared. That's what I think.
That's what I think. Like, obviously the attics is 5 pumpkins.
Yeah.
But it's nowhere on the level of what I would consider 5 pumpkins, because back in the day, Subspecies was 5
Yeah,
pumpkins.
it was.
And that was 5 pumpkins.
Yeah.
Whereas you get the attic this time, that's 5 pumpkins, but it's nowhere near on any level. A 5 pumpkin, you'd be like maybe a 1.
I'd say a scare rating, I'd give all of the mazes a 1 out of 5.
Yeah, you
And
would.
I mean, in terms of theming, there was a comment on Twitter before. I won't give you hashtags and names and whoever because I want to respect the privacy, but someone replied to one of my tweets basically saying that they come to Scarefest for the theming of the mazes and not the scares. That's fair enough, and I understand that and I respect that because that's somebody else's opinion, but for me, if I'm going to come to a scare event, I want to be scared. And yeah, I appreciate the theming, but I really want to have some scares as well. I want to have interaction. I want to just feel like I've been at a Halloween event and not just a theme park in the dark. That's probably the way I could
that's
sum
what
it
you're
up.
saying would work though, because if you wanted to admire the theming, you'd just go when it's the family event. You'd enjoy the theming,
and you get the story-led experience. Yeah. I think Darkest Steps would be amazing for that. You could have a whole tale about being under the sea between like 1 and 4 o'clock. Then after 5 o'clock, it just gets nasty.
Yeah.
That's the way I would do it. Gonna wrap it up there. Yeah, it's probably been a bit of a negative one, so I do apologise to the good people that we know here at Alton Towers for being a bit sort of downbeat on the event, but I just genuinely believe it could be so much better. I really do, and that's probably the best way to put it. So let us know in the comments below what you think of Alton Towers Scarefest. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you've not enjoyed it, of course, give it a dislike. We appreciate feedback either way. That's all for now. Many thanks for watching, and we'll see you in York. Is it next?
In York.
Yeah, we'll see you in York. Let's go.